Okay, Thursday, November 2nd, 2023. It's afternoon. Usually I do these videos in the morning before I go to work. Now in Ukraine, work starts at after lunch, 1 p.m. But now I'm in America, working my clients' hours, who are also East Coast US. So let me just see how the light is. Take off the sunglasses. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I just give you a tour of the back streets here. You know, I'm off of the Atlantic. So you have the ocean front, then you have Atlantic Avenue, and then you have Pacific Avenue, which is just one street over. Pacific Avenue is nothing that interesting, and I'm now on 16th Street, and I'm just trying to think, if I walk up, how the light will be. I think we'll be okay. Let's just take a look. Yeah, I think we should be all right. And then we pan this way, now we're right into the sun. Yeah, so we want to kind of be this angle. And yeah, we'll just go for a bit of a walk on Atlantic Avenue. And there's all kinds of shops here. They're selling all kinds of things. Sugar, t-shirts, snacks, you know, ice cream, sunglasses, you name it. And I don't know, I spent a lot of time here. You know, I used to live just, you know, around 9th and 10th and Pacific. And then we used to just walk up here every day just to go meet my friends, or, you know, talk to potentially new friends, you know, sort of thing. So a lot of the stuff here, you know, now I have something to compare this to. You know, we were in Antalya, my wife and I, you know, staying at Barut Hamera, you know, in Turkey. I don't know, I like compare this to Turkey and everything. It's Turkey is just on another level. You know, everyone has this dream to go to America, I guess, because of the jobs and the opportunities and everything, and live on a beach town. But one thing is, the demographic here is much older. The average age of the people here is much older, so the styles are different and the vibe is different and everything. Like in Turkey, it's young. You know, Turkey has like a very young and energetic vibe to it. But yeah, of course, you know, when it comes to picking a place to live, America is always going to be the best place to live because of the jobs and the security and the freedom and business freedom. You know, I say it's relatively easy to do business here compared to a lot of places. Don't listen to what the red pill people tell you. You can go down to Virginia Beach City Hall and pay $60 and you're in business. And it's no trouble getting a bank account up and running, unlike in Ukraine, you know, or someplace like that. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah, so, but you need a lot more money to get started here, I would say. It takes if you're going to do a business in America, you better be having at least $500,000, you know, to do some simple shop to get up and running and pay yourself for 2 years while you, and, you know, get some marketing going. Yeah, it takes some, I mean, you can open some website firm or something like that. You know, I don't know how maybe we have to go out to the ocean, and I'll have to get this in the morning. Yeah, this is also, I'm testing the 1080 settings. But yeah, back to the business thing. So yeah, it's business friendly here. Virginia is one of the more business friendly states. I had 2 businesses here. One of them worked out quite well and I sold it, and the other one didn't work out. So the first one was surfvb.com. It was a website company back in the 90s when websites were just starting out. And then you go to the ocean, you know, and see how that looks. I also changed it from wide setting to just standard settings to just try these different views. But yeah, the surfvb.com, that was a Virginia Beach surfing homepage. So how that all started, I bought Microsoft Front Page. It was like a web program, you know, it was like just some simple way to create websites, like Wix or Shopify of the time. I would say more like Wix. And it was just a software, and it was like a PowerPoint. And you just drag and drop everything and create these websites. And it had like a back-end system to it, so you could upload and push the websites to production. It worked pretty good. It was good for making some simple brochure sites. and that's all that was needed. So what I did is I created that domain, and I went out and took pictures of people surfing, and I would post them online. And that was all very new, digital cameras and everything. There's the pier. I actually was going to try to, it's a lot of shadows now, so maybe go out to the sand. Now the buildings, this way the light's better, but the buildings are casting the shadows. So I'll just go out onto the sand and walk. We'll do that business tour on another video in the morning when the sun is on the other side. And then that's probably better for the morning walks. You know, probably you guys all want to see the ocean anyway. Everybody likes the ocean. So yeah, the surfvb.com. So I posted pictures of people surfing. I was taking pictures of all the surf scene. I was going through a different digital camera every month. It was changing so fast. They kept improving that I was able to return the camera I bought all within 30 days, you know, and then get the, you know, and apply it to the next one. And I had that wheel going, and then one day it was like 31 days and they caught me, you know, and everything. But whatever, I was able to start getting pictures going of the surfing scene, and I was sort of photographing the contests and the winners. And then one picture I photographed, there was a baby sitting on a surfboard, and I called it Surfer Baby. And I posted that on the web page, and this was a static web page. This wasn't like Instagram where you load stuff up. I had to cut and paste and actually manually manipulate it on the website. I was photographing people at the bars drinking, but this picture of the baby just took off and went viral. And then my website was getting a lot of hits, and then I approached like the surf shop. One of them was like this guy Frierson Design. He was a small surf shop. He made my surfboard, made to order surfboards based on your measurements and your skill. And I made him a website, and we posted his inventory for sale, and he actually sold some boards off the internet, like sight unseen. That was unheard of. People would like to go to the shop and see it, but someone from out of town bought one of his boards, and he had even no idea how to ship it. It was kind of cool. And then I went and got all the other surf shops. So it was like this directory. So everyone had like surfvb.com/Frierson, surfvb.com/ you know, the Edge bar. There was this bar called the Edge, you know, it was on 24th Street, where people would stand around, drink dollar beers, and watch videos of people surfing. And I used to hang out there a lot. You know, it was a big sausage fest. Now I look back at it, I don't know what I was doing wasting so much time there. But yeah, and then I was able to put my stickers there and market my site in all these businesses. And then I was getting more and more calls. You know, we even got like the local hockey team who got this famous restaurant, Ma's. And I got all that going, and I sold the company off to, I had a business partner I picked up. I started all this, and then he joined me later. He was a salesman. He was actually a semi-pro hockey player, and he was doing real estate, and he had all these connections. And I even one of the local millionaires hired me to fly down to Colorado and film a charity event and put it up on the website. It was exciting, but then I sold the business so I could move to Sweden, because at that time in '99 I just wanted to go live in Europe. I was really itching to do that, but Sweden didn't work out, so I came back to America, back to Chicago, and then 9/11 happened, so I went back in the Navy, you know, as a reservist, you know, waiting to get called to go anywhere. You know, I was working a corporate job and just waiting, but never got called. But I at least, you know, was doing the reserve stuff two days every month, 2 weeks a year for a couple of years. And then that contract, you know, you go maximum total service, first contract 8 years. And so I didn't want to sign up for it anymore. It was already 2003. You know, I had to move on with life. Yeah, but that was the story of surfvb.com. You know, it was yeah, I took advantage of that opportunity. You know, I was the first one in this town to get into the website business. You know, there were a few other people. Someone had Wave Riding Vehicles surf shop. I worked together with them. You know, we did some projects together. There was some other Cavalier Web Solutions or something like that. There was another guy, Web Marketeer, I think. He had a few, he had like a lot of the big corporates, and we were hitting the hotels and restaurants, putting the menus online, but we were doing all this by hand. It was really just, I was hiring high school kids, you know, it was cool. I wish I would have stuck with it. I shouldn't have sold it off. I wish I had read more about the database technologies and everything. But I had the Navy. This was a side hustle while I was in the Navy, you know. So, and when my active duty contract was up, like I said, I wanted out and go to Sweden. So I went in the inactive status. I worked at Ericsson for a year. Didn't like it. Then came back. So yeah, that's how life is. And then the second business. Oh, this is like rats with wings. These birds will crap all over you. Yeah, it's I'll tell you, you got to be a good swimmer to swim in these waters. You got to be strong. But yeah, now the second business, I came back and I wound up in Estonia, worked there, and as a hobby I was baking cookies. Everyone said they were really good, gluten-free, you know, before gluten-free was a thing, like a big thing. I was baking whole grain oatmeal chocolate chip, you know, really high-end ingredients. Yeah, I ended up coming back here and decided to go all in, try the cookie business out. I was reading how bakery businesses can work out really well. You get, you know, steady customers online, do an online home-based business. So I started out in the house. We got some, you know, co-packer to start making the cookies, doing the marketing, but it just, you know, we never got to that critical mass. I was selling in the farmers market. You know, I got my cookies were on the Virginia's Finest list, so they you know, you send your cookies in, you send your process. They also look at your business process, and you know, they have taste testers and everything, and we got selected as, you know, the best chocolate chip cookies or something for that point in time. You know, we were promoted throughout the state. We got some state contracts, but cookie business is hard to scale. It's I learned that the hard way, that, you know, when you leave your home kitchen and then you go to a factory setting, you got all those overheads. So that one crashed and burned. And I went back to corporate work at BlackRock. You know, took all that bakery experience with me and turned it into data processing, extract, transform, load, ETL, you know, big data visualization. I don't know. So yeah, you take data from many sources, you mix it together, and then you put it in the oven, and then you get some result. You know, there's a synergy. All the ingredients combined are greater than the sum of their parts, just like cookies. So that's yeah, that's my story. But yeah, you know, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this town. You know, when I was in the Navy, it was a pretty good run, but to be honest, it was, you know, it's a Navy town, right? It's like any military town. When you're a young man, you know, the odds are not in your favor. So, you know, that loneliness thing kicked in a bit, and you know, you get this itch, and you know, it's just you want to go someplace else. But now I look back, it's like, yeah, maybe I should have stuck it out or something, and things would have worked out. I don't know. I doubt it. You know, you can't rewind and go in the past, but you got to come to this town. Like now they got good jobs. But when I was here before, you either had to be in the military, you had to be in the medical field, like be a nurse, you know, or a doctor or something at one of the hospitals, or you had to own a business of some sort. You know, there really wasn't much corporate employment here, you know, aside from like something military related, like working at one of the contractors or something. But even those were actually pretty tough jobs to get. Now this place is wide open for corporate work, and then work from home, you know, opens up a lot of doors too, where you can live here and log into a company based in Ohio, like what I'm doing. You know, my company is headquartered in Ohio, but they work East Coast time. And you know, my boss, he lives in New Jersey. You know, the other boss lives between New Jersey and Florida. So then one of my colleagues also lives in New Jersey. But the companies and everyone is working from home. So it's a totally new reality. Yeah, let's give you some ocean here. Yeah, there's that pier way down there. Yeah, that I have to come back, you know, in the summer months and make a video. That pier is really cool. You get a different perspective when you go out to the end. So yeah, but I still see this place as a good place for a vacation, good place for a second home. But I don't think I would want to. I was thinking about, I'm having a little girl and everything, and then raising my kids in a town like this. I noticed, when I was doing surfbb.com and talking to all those surfer kids and everything, and they're like kids anywhere, like kids playing basketball, or they all think they're the one, they're going to be the next Kelly Slater. Like all the basketball kids want to be the next Michael Jordan, but only 1% of them actually get anywhere. It was the same thing. I think out of all those kids, only one of them kind of got pro, and all the other ones were, they had to get jobs around here. Now a lot of them had, pretty well-to-do parents. So I know one of them is like a home builder now, and other ones went to school and their parents hooked them up when they graduated, type of thing, so everyone just got a normal life really afterwards. I know one of the guys who was really good. He's like a head of a restaurant or something. He was waiting tables, and then he moved his way up, and now he's like running the whole show. So it's like that. It's just like anywhere else. But I grew up went to high school in Chicago, and it was more academic focused, serious. But I think they have that here. Maybe it's just I don't know, the oceanfront can be a big distraction. You have kids that are wild and want to party all the time, and then your kid will want to go party. Because like when the kids get like 12, 13 years old, you're not the biggest influence in their life, it's their friends. And in a place like this, it's going to be really hard to keep control of who their friends are. There's a lot more variation of people, like in the suburbs of Chicago. Most people are like into one thing, studying, getting a good resume for college. But here, people, a lot of people here don't have to worry. They're going to be hooked up after graduation. Their parents have a good business running. I got a lot of people here with trust funds. I want to show you this. There's like Norwegian flag here. I have another video about this from last year. But there was like a Norwegian ship that wrecked here, and the people from Norway, the crew, had spent time in Virginia Beach, and now Virginia Beach has a sisterhood with the city of Moss, Norway. Moss is like a suburb south of Oslo. There used to be a paper mill there, and it would smell terrible. And this is kind of funny because these are my two passports, and it's kind of funny how I ended up in life. Ended up a Norwegian citizen. I'm still an American citizen, and then we have this here on the 24th, 25th Street somewhere. So we'll go and get a look at this. Let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah, so yeah, that's the story. So I think if you create, this is 25th Street. Obviously, we have the markers here on the boardwalk. This is a really nice boardwalk here. So yeah, that's my story. How this town, Virginia Beach, someplace I see every 1 or 2 years. Even I was away for like 6 or 7 years at one time. So yeah, how it ends up. Yeah, so yeah, it's nice. The wind is up. We can see both flags, but the light is not optimal. Maybe in the morning, when I do one of my morning walks. I think tomorrow I'll start up at the Neptune statue and walk around that area, and then we'll just the sunlight's always a pain. It's always like a bit of a pain here. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know, it's like a lot of but ifs, what ifs and all this kind of thing, to end up here. I mean, overall it's a nice town, but I'm just, raising a daughter here. Yeah, it makes you wonder. I've seen a lot of kids turn out good here. I've seen a lot of them turn out the other way in Chicago. In the suburbs, of like Chicago or New Jersey, it's more consistent. Here it's more of a wild card, but who knows? I mean, it depends how things go in Ukraine, and maybe we'll come back here, because I mean I have roots here, I have connections here and what have you. I'll just show you these statues. These are war memorial statues here. Yeah, the sun is like there's a lot of high regard for the military in this town, which I like. I really like that a lot. You know, and then this is all about aircraft carriers. Yeah, John F. Kennedy carrier. That one is long gone, retired. So I have to come back here when the light is better, give you guys a better view and everything. Yeah, so those were the two businesses I had in Virginia Beach. You know, what the life was like here. You know, it's this town is changing slowly. You know, it used to be like a real, like, just beach town, like, but now it's getting some tech here, and it's a lot more foreigners are here than before. You know, when I was living here the first time, there was like one Indian restaurant in the whole town. I understand there's like 3 or 4. And I took some friends for Indian food. They couldn't understand it. There's me. I have these wings I earned in Fort Benning, Georgia. And then after I did my 10th jump, I got these wings. So they got my wings here. That's cool. This is like all the sponsors of this memorial. So yeah, I have 2 of those wings. They don't have all of the devices here. It's all aviation based. The guys who rigged the ejection seat parachutes, they have to earn those wings, because obviously they have to jump in the chutes that they're packing. Keeps them motivated, right? They have to test their own work. It's a little different than software testing, doing parachute testing. You know, you better have it right. That's all I can say. But okay, we're in the shadows again. Okay. So anyway, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this video.